Hello YouTube faithful and Nerd Nation, this is Lucius Prime coming at you with yet another Transformers toy review. And as always, you can tell by the introduction of this video, it is about Transformers Energon Mirage, formerly known as Tidal Wave. So, let's get right to it, shall we? And here we have Transformers Energon Mirage, formerly known as Tidal Wave, before he went through a reformatting whenever Megatron was actually reborn in that series. So, first and foremost, I want Tidal Wave. I want Tidal Wave so badly. So this is the close to Tidal Wave that I'm getting for the moment. I may be getting my hands on a Tidal Wave here before too long, but this will suffice for now. Starting off, I do like his head sculpt. It's pretty cool. To me, the design always looked more like it was almost a movie-style Transformer, despite the fact he's from Energon. I do have a few minor issues with him, and you all already know what's coming. The kibble. The kibble on his arms, because there's no way to really just kind of fold them to put them out of the way. The kibble on the back. I hate how the bow of the boat just kind of sits right there. The backpack, I can understand, because, you know, you flip the switch and his missile launchers, torpedo launchers come forward like he's getting ready to shoot them right at you. But my biggest issue with him, even though the bow of the boat kind of hides it, which I understand that, but there's a really big gap in there. Basically, look right up underneath his arm. You see, it's just a lot of empty space. I really wish it was more solid right there, or at least having some paneling to cover it up. Now, if you look right here, he's supposed to have, right next to his Decepticon symbol, he's supposed to have another Decepticon symbol right there in the middle. And it's got like a little resin glass bubble with Decepticon symbol inside of it, but you can't really see it that well with my flashlight, with the light on my camera. Now, Mirage here, he's kind of, sort of a triple changer, kind of not. You'll see that more in his vehicle mode, in his boat mode. But he kind of gets a spaceship mode. They show it in the anime where even though he's, you know, in his boat mode, you know, has like wings and stuff and is flying through, or, well, yeah, flying through space, navigating through space after he's been put in this mode. He does that whenever he's still Tidal Wave too, but that's besides the point. He didn't change into anything other than a robot and a giant aircraft carrier when he was still Tidal Wave. I mean, all in all, I do kind of like the design of him. My only biggest issues, you know, are just the kibble and the space in the torso like that. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at his vehicle mode, shall we? Real quickly, before we do the vehicle mode, I actually just wanted to do a little size comparison next to Transformers Armada Megatron. To be honest, I don't really recall the classes of some of these. I want to say Megatron's a leader class for the time, which it's not as big as the leader classes of today's day and age. As you can see, Mirage is roughly the same size, just not as chunky. They're both, leader class for their time, or at least Megatron is, but roughly Voyager class, maybe a little bit bigger by today's comparison. Well, again, let's get to the vehicle mode, shall we? And here we have Mirage in his vehicle mode, his boat mode, ship mode, whatever you want to call it. All in all, I actually really do enjoy this mode. I actually enjoy it a little bit better than the bot mode. Don't get me wrong, I still like the bot mode. But, obviously he's not going to be like a regular real toy boat and not going to float on the water or anything. Because underneath he's got he's got 5 wheels that he rolls on. See a little bit of kibble there. See his head kind of peeking through his legs there. He actually rolls quite nicely. He's quite stable. Not a lot of kibble actually in his boat mode. Except for maybe his arms right here. You can see his fists just kind of, hanging out in there. And by all technicalities, he is a triple changer, like I said earlier. But I mean, he's really not a triple changer at the same time, because all you got to do to turn him into his, I guess kind of a spaceship mode, because you kind of seen him like that in the cartoon, is fold these down, and boom, there you go. He's got spaceship mode, or as I like to call it, attack mode, whenever you deploy these. Now, I've never been actually sure if this was actually something you really could do or were supposed to do with it, but I find if you hold down to that little purple panel right there and hit the switch at the same time, it raises his guns and leaves it, or stops it from deploying all the way. I mean, just to show you, deploying it all the way is like that, but they never face fully up. So I like to, for a kind of a battle mode, do that. I imagine it's kind of like torpedoes or missiles or something like that. The ones on the wings here kind of deploy by pressing down on that, and for these ones, obviously, like that. If you look right here, as I pointed out in bot mode, you can see right in there where his one of his Decepticon symbols is supposed to be, but because of my light, it kind of keeps reflecting out. Let's see if I can't fix that. There you go. I mean, can't see it too much better, and my camera doesn't exactly want to focus all the way for it. Well, there you have it. I mean, still really not a lot of kibble for this figure, and I actually enjoy it a lot. Transforming it, like I said earlier, is a bit of a pain, so you have to forgive me for that one. I don't really want or like to transform him very often. All in all, I'd have to give this figure maybe a 8 out of 10. Well, hopefully before too long, I'll actually have Tidal Wave. You know what? I'd like to change a little bit of what I said a few moments ago. I wouldn't necessarily rate him at an 8 out of 10, just because the kibble in the bot mode and that empty space in his torso, I'm going to drop him down a point, make him 7 out of 10. I mean, his vehicle mode is just, to quote one of my idols, one of the people that I really admire here on YouTube, Fu Adams. Shout outs, buddy. I hope you actually watch some of these at some point. But other than that, his vehicle mode's pretty ace. Anyways, this is Lucius Prime, and again, thank you for tuning in. And as always, I will be back at you soon with another Transformers toy review. And until then, till all are one.